This is why the society don't like men like me. It's not because we are wild, so to say. They don't like us because they know that we have the courage to actually act upon our convictions. Woo! That's it. I can stop the video. We have the courage to act upon our beliefs. This is why they don't like men like me. Because men like me, we not all talk. We walk it before we talk it. We will act upon it before we mention it. And that's why they don't like us. But the question is, why don't you like your brothers? Everything I'm about to say, you already know it to be true. You are a slave. You are a slave to money, to social economics, to status, to politics, to ideology. You have sold your soul to have a place in a world order that you should naturally oppose. Whoa now. Welcome back to the Blackout from your boy, Brother Kush. Look, I just want to get some stuff off my chest right quick, man. You know what I'm saying? This is going to be a real short one, real straight to the point, you know. Before I get into it, like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. If you've been here multiple times and have not subscribed, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, you know, and hit the bell icon because I'm not triggering the algorithm. My channel is small. YouTube don't push this, you know. They don't shove it down your throat like they do other people's channel, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you can't get away from some people's channel, you know. You can tell them you don't want to see the videos and the shit still be coming up, right? My channel is not going to do that, you know what I'm saying? So hit the bell icon or you have to come back physically to check on the channel to see if I drop more videos. Look, let me get right into this here, man. We ain't gonna waste no time, bro. One of the young brothers in my community asked me a question, straightforward question. He said, Brother Kush, can we do this revolution thing? Young brother, you know. Can we do this revolution thing without black women? And can we rebuild a community without black women? And I know that I've done videos in the past addressing this where I talked about the importance of black men versus black women. And I know a lot of people kind of got that wrong. I never said that we didn't need women because we do. I just never said that we needed per se black women. I never really went there, but we do, right? The truth of the matter is, as black Americans, we cannot be successful if we don't have our sisters with us. And hear me out. Just give me a second. One of the reasons why it's so important to this system that they dismantle our relationships with black women is because they know that if black men have their family structure with them, these black men will go hard. They will fight. They will stand for something. They will push hard to make change. And when a black man doesn't have anything, he won't push hard to make change. Now, is that to say that if you had a white wife or a Mexican wife that you wouldn't push hard to make a change? Nah, I'm not saying that. But the truth of the matter is, our connections to our sisters is just different, man, because it's something that's fundamental. You know, it's hard to explain, you know what I'm saying? There's a reason why we called each other brothers and sisters all the time up until maybe 15, 20 years ago. That is actually how we greeted each other. When we seen another black man, we seen our brother. When we seen another black woman, we seen our sister. These words are not light words. They're not little cute, little pet names and pet words that we use. This is how we felt at one time regarding each other. And the truth of the matter is we don't feel like that no more. Most black men feel no brotherly love towards other black men. Now, this is just the truth. So before we can talk about our problems with the sister, and this is what I was trying to tell the young brother, before we can talk about the problems with the sister, we got to face the fact that most black men don't even mess with other black men. See, this is a problem that we have that nobody in the so-called manosphere address. We don't address the internalized hatred that black men have for other black men. This class warfare that we are seeing. And I'm going to talk about this in another video where old Anton Kuhn said that we have a class war going on among black people. and the black community is dead because we have a war going on against principalities. And I found it interesting that he will use principalities because that's exactly what the Bible said. That we don't war with flesh and blood, that we have war with principalities. That our battle is with spiritual wickedness in high places. That is exactly what the Bible says. And it's funny that he will use that term, but he used it in a way as to say that those attacking the system are Rome. Those trying to go against the system are Rome. But the truth is, this system is anti-black, and any man or woman that's for this system is automatically, I can't think of the word I'm looking for, it's escaping me, but it's a different adjective, a different descriptive word, but they are automatically anti-black. And if you're going to be anti-black, you're going to be specifically anti-black male. So any black man that you have that's really gung-ho and for this system, that's really heavily invested in this system, like them coon-ass Patriot twins, these dudes don't fuck with black men, bruh. They hate you. And this is a problem that we have going on inside our community that nobody address. The internalized hatred that we have. This is an issue. This is an issue. So before we can even talk about how to bring black women back into the fold, we got to understand why we hate each other. And that's what I really want to ask in this video. Why do we hate each other? Let's talk about it. That's the question I want to ask. Because I've heard the excuses over my life period, right? I've heard the excuse from every coon type that you could think of. And none of the excuses jive with me, man. I mean, from the crime. We're not the only people that commit crime. I've heard that before. We are not the only people that commit crime. Every group of people have their criminal elements. And the percentages are the same. The criminal mind or the criminal element represents maybe 1% of any particular demographic, any particular population. Most people just don't roll like that. And truth of the matter is, most criminals are not even bad people. They're not even bad people. When you think of a criminal, you think about the hardcore, people that victimize innocent people. But most criminals are only criminals for economics. And that's it. Now, why am I saying all that? I'm saying all this to say this. I've heard all of the excuses as to why we don't like certain black people, but it don't jive. Y'all could talk about Chi-Town all y'all want. You still got a whole lot of people that live in Chicago that never see none of that stuff. They're not involved in it, they're not around it, and they're not affected by it. Same thing with Baltimore, same thing with places like where I'm from, New Orleans. You know what I'm saying? I got friends still in New Orleans. New Orleans is still a wild ass city. They still shooting up like crazy, like it's the Wild Wild West down there. And I got friends that are literally not involved in it, have nothing to do with it. They're not affected by it or nothing. They still down in the city. And to say that, we do all this crime, all crime is not equal, which means all criminals are not equal. And when you try to lump in the vast majority of black criminals who are just financial criminals, hustlers of some type, with the really hardcore maniacs, it's not fair. So when you give me that excuse, when you said that you have a problem with black men because of crime, that's bull. Most black men are not criminals. And for the ones that are criminals, 90% of them not even violent criminals. They hustlers. Now, I don't want to ramble on too much about this, but I'm trying to get to a point here. Because that's one of the main reasons that a coon nigga is going to give as to why he has a problem with black men. He's going to mention crime, right? And the fact is, most black men are not criminals. So what's next? What's your next reason? The next reason they're going to find some kind of ideology. The coon nigga going to either be a Republican or he's going to be a Democrat, right? And that's going to be a problem. He's not going to like you because you're not either. Or he's going to be a Christian, or he's going to be into the Hebrew thing, or he's going to be into Islam, you know what I'm saying? He's going to be a Moor, you know what I'm saying? And the crazy thing, I never met a Moor that was a good dude. Never. I've never met a Moor that was a good dude. I met some that were okay. Like, at a distance, you could tolerate them socially or whatnot. But I never met a more that was a good dude. All them dudes are funny acting. Real funny acting. And the crazy thing, they didn't used to be like that. Same thing with the 5%ers. These days, you won't meet a 5%er that's a good dude. And I remember at one time, man, when I was hanging with the real 5%ers, when they would still call themselves Muslims, when I was up there in New York with them dudes, man, them dudes it was all love. It was brotherly. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you could feel the love for their own kind, they self and kind. These days, they not like that. They are not like that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the Muslims ain't the same. The Nation of Islam dudes ain't the same, bro. Everybody's so turned inward with their hatred that it's not even funny. And when you ask them why, nobody can really give you an answer, a real answer, other than just some cliche-ish type of respond. You know what I'm saying? I always get cliche and platitude mixed up. Somebody need to educate my dumb ass on a difference between a cliche and a platitude, because I always get them mixed up. But they give you some of these little cookie cutter type answers and responses that don't mean nothing. The truth of the matter is, man, we didn't hate each other for differences when I was coming up. Everybody was different when I was coming up. Most of your friends were different. Everybody had their own personality, their own way of being, their own way of dress. We didn't care. We didn't care. A friend was a friend, bruh. You know what I'm saying? And we got together, we hung out, man, and nobody criticized nobody for their differences. Nobody messed with nobody for their differences. We didn't care. But you dudes these days will come up with every excuse you can as to why you should not like your own brother. And the truth of the matter is, we don't have a reason not to like our own brother. In fact, we should understand our brothers the most. We should understand what creates the diversity in us more than anybody else. Now, what does this have to do with black women? Well, the same thing goes for black women. We should understand our sisters as men, as gods, as leaders. We should understand what makes them break like they are. They're broken. They need help. And I'm not telling you to spend your life trying to rescue them, because life is short. But you keep that hand extended. You don't pull your hand in, bruh. Whenever one of your sisters come out that slumber, man, she wants to reach up and ask for help, you pull her up. But you don't put yourself in a situation where she can drag you down. Because they are heavily invested in the system. They are emotional. They are different from us. You know what I'm saying? And the system plays with their emotion. The system make them think that they can actually get something from the system when they really can't. But they don't know that. And a lot of times they don't learn that till they old. You know what I'm saying? But the point is, I hear you dudes talk bad about black women all day. And then you turn around, then you get mad at any black man and say, why don't you go ahead and date a woman of another race? That's not the answer. We need to stick with our sisters. Okay, well, if you feel you need to stick with your sisters, then you need to understand what's wrong with your sisters instead of battering them and beating them down all day. How about accepting their differences like I do? You think that I don't run across these same type of sisters? Why am I still cool with all these sisters? I'm still cool with every feminist sister that I know personally, every pro-black sister that I know personally. In fact, if we was to hook up right now, say I would go home, and I was actually fucking with one of the queen feminists, queen pro-black feminists, into all that Yoruba stuff and all that. She was full-fledged in there, but dreadlocks and all. Nice looking sister though, you know what I'm saying? Nice looking sister. But let's say I go home right now, right? And she and I bump into each other. We gonna talk, we gonna hang out, and we probably gonna fuck. Because there's no bad blood. You just gotta learn your limitations with everybody you deal with. But that don't mean you can't bring them in. But the good thing about me is that the sisters all respect me. That's the good thing about me. You see, I could deal with them in any capacity, because they know they got to remember the limitations. When they reach their limitations, they'll pull off because they respect me. They're not going to cause problems for me. They're not going to try to, hurt me in any kind of way or disrupt my life. They're not going to do that with me because they all respect me. So if you be a real man, your sisters will respect you, but that don't mean that all of them will be able to be transformed into wife material, because a lot of them are just too far gone. But does that mean that we can build this thing without them? No. No, we can't. We need them all. We need every one of them that wants to come to be able to come and rebuild with us. But they need to do so in the proper role of a woman, and that's as a helper. That's the difference. Y'all want women to be y'all equals. They are not your equals. Now, I'm not on no male superiority stuff. You got to remember, I come from the teachings of supreme wisdom. And we are taught, as the Holy Quran teaches, that man was made a degree higher than woman. Just 1 degree. Now, 1 degree don't make you superior, not really, no way, shape, or form. But 1 degree does denote the position. It is just enough to say who's supposed to lead and who's supposed to follow. That's all it is. But it doesn't mean you're superior. It doesn't mean that you're intellectually superior. It doesn't mean you're smarter than her. But it does mean that your nature is slightly different from hers. And it does mean that your role is to lead her, not follow her. She is not your equal. So when you want to bring women into the fold, you need to let them come into the fold as helpers. That's it. That's it. And I know the women not gonna like that, but it's for their own good. Because if they start participating in any other capacity than just helper, it's gonna go to their head, because that's what they do to the feminine. That's what happened with Malcolm X. Oh, I shouldn't have said that. Y'all don't like that. What you mean? That's what happened with Malcolm. Malcolm was in the feminine. When Malcolm got suspended, he was told not to say something about the president that got killed. He couldn't help it. He was so used to all these cheers. He liked being inflammatory. He liked talking. He just didn't know how to say, no comment. You know what I'm saying? Because he was just a loose cannon. That's what the feminine does to a man. That's what the feminine does to women. They get addicted to responses. They get addicted to stimuli. Real men are not addicted to stimuli. See, a real man could do things without no credit. A real man could do things without nobody knowing he did it. A real man could move behind the scenes. Women don't move behind the scenes. They need to be seen. And I like that about them. I want my girl seen. Shit, I want her seen. I don't need to be seen, but I want her seen. You know what I'm saying? That's another topic though, but you get what I'm saying. Women are seen, right? They say that women are seen, not heard, right? Where men are felt. The energy of a man is felt, is realized. It's not really seen nor heard. It's realized. You know what I'm saying? So the men, a real man, he don't need the constant stimuli of reaction, of cheers, of pats on the back. He doesn't need any of that. All a real man need is to do what he's supposed to do. And if he's successful at doing what he's supposed to do, that's enough for him. Nobody got to know he did it. If he did his job, that's enough for him. If he accomplished his goal, that's enough for him. And part of the problem with a lot of you dudes is that y'all are so wrapped in the feminine that y'all really want praise and reward for something. Y'all are looking for something external, some kind of external gratification or recognition for whatever you do. And you don't need that. All you need to do is just do you. Be you. Stop worrying about how many people hate on black men. See, you can't hate on black men around me. I told y'all that before. And y'all should see that by now in the way I do my videos. I get accused all the time of defending POOKIE. I don't defend nobody. But I'm not going to let you tell me about my brother when I know what makes my brother do what he do. Just like, the POOKIE dudes don't really talk about y'all so-called high value type. They don't talk about y'all like that. Y'all hate on them. They don't hate on y'all. Y'all, truthfully, y'all don't even exist to these dudes. But still, say one on would try to talk about the square. I wouldn't let that go down either. I'd be like, nah, man, you know what I'm saying? Look, bro, if a man don't want to take chance of getting all shot up and shit like me, look how fucked up I am. And this is only one time I got shot. You know what I'm saying? If a man don't want to take a chance getting all fucked up and shot up and stabbed up like me, I've been stabbed, I've been shot twice, you know what I'm saying? Hit with all kinds of shit. I've been hit with everything a nigga can put his hands on, you know what I'm saying? Bottles, pipes, sticks, bats, you know what I'm saying? So if a man don't want to go out there and be living like that, I can respect that. Truthfully, I really respect that, because shit, that lifestyle I was living was crazy. How y'all youngsters say that shit was cray-cray. I ain't mad at no man from not wanting to be out there doing the dumb shit I was doing. You know what I'm saying? So I don't let nobody talk about the squares, but the truth of the matter is, nobody knocked the squares. You know, nobody dissed the squares. Pookie is the hated man, but y'all don't realize Pookie is hated because Pookie is the strength. Pookie is that man that will try something. Pookie is that man that will go hard. Pookie is that man that if you focus him, he'll do it. How many of y'all seen the movie Last Samurai? What kind of men you think those samurais are in character? Do you think they're more like most of you dudes that won't bust a grape, or you think they're more like Pookie? Well, I ain't gonna say Pookie. More like men like me. The answer is self-explanatory, because I done that bullshit they've done. So this is why the society don't like men like me. It's not because we are wild, so to say. They don't like us because they know that we have the courage to actually act upon our convictions. Woo! That's it. I can stop the video. We have the courage to act upon our beliefs. This is why they don't like men like me. Because men like me, we not all talk. We walk it before we talk it. We will act upon it before we mention it. In fact, because of our lifestyle, most of the stuff we've done, we never even talk about. So we don't need recognition for it. We don't need cheers. We don't need pats on the back because we got to deny 99% of the stuff we do. We can't ever admit that we did it. We can't ever talk about it. So we are used to doing things without any type of recognition for doing it. And that's why they don't like us. But the question is, why don't you like your brothers? What have your brothers done to you? Have you been robbed, bro? I'm talking to any one of y'all looking at me. Have you been robbed? Have a dude just beat you up for no reason? I mean, I get you do have bullies in the neighborhood and stuff like that. Don't get me wrong, I was bullied. And I didn't realize that till I was 40-some years old, man. It dawned on me because I be telling all these fight stories growing up as a kid, man. My wife was like, man, you was always in fights. Why was you fighting so much? And I had to sit there and think about it like, I think I was fighting so much because I was so damn little when I was growing up, you know? Because I was a little bitty dude. I know I'm big now, but I was a little bitty dude growing up, you know what I'm saying? I said, I think I was fighting so much because I was little. I told my wife, you know what? These motherfuckers was picking on me. I was being bullied. And I didn't know because I would fight. So every time one of them motherfuckers fuck with me, I stole off on him. You know what I'm saying? I just got it started, you know what I'm saying? And scrapped it out with him. And I could hold my own against any big dude. I was a pretty good fighter for a little dude, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I have won every fight, but guess what? That nigga didn't beat me. He ain't want round two. And a lot of times I would actually come back for seconds. I mean, I was crazy. I had a mental disorder. You know what I'm saying? I would actually come back for seconds, bro. If I felt like I didn't do enough in the first fight, I would see that nigga again and sneak him again. I mean, big tall motherfucker, I was just steal on him and get at it again. You know, I mean, there was something wrong with my screws. You know, I ain't have everything in the right sequence. But the point is, men like me will stand on our convictions. We will pursue them. So again, have you been attacked by a brother like me for no damn reason? Have a brother like me just did something to you? Because brothers like me don't pick on weak people. So if a street type dude, that mimic a street type dude, picked on you, he's not an alpha. An alpha will not pick on a man that don't want trouble. We just don't do that. I've been in the penitentiary, but I've never seen like a real alpha dude picking on a weak dude. They don't do it. They fight each other. Them alpha males will go at it all day and kill each other, man. I mean, they'll scrap all day, but they won't pick on a quiet dude that just trying to do his time. They won't pick on him. So, you know, the excuses that I hear out of a lot of you dudes as to why y'all don't like your own brothers don't line up with reality. We supposed to understand each other better because we have a kinship. We grew up, at least I did. I grew up around nothing but black people. We didn't go to school with whites and none of that stuff. All I knew growing up was blacks. You know, that's all we seen. That's the only thing existed. Blacks. It was just us. So my kinship with my sisters is just different. You know what I'm saying? Because these are the women that I grew up with. These are my biological sisters. These are my biological relatives, my cousins, my nieces. You know what I'm saying? My connection with them is just different. I can't just throw them to the wolves. So anyway, I'm gonna stop rambling. You know what I'm saying? I think I made the point. The point is, We got to become more tolerant of each other. We got to become more understanding, because we are brothers and sisters. We should understand each other a little bit better. We should understand where each other come from. All you suburban people, all suburban blacks that never grew up around black people, y'all need to stop listening to the news and all this stuff and forming your opinions on black people based on mainstream society. If you don't know, shut up and find some self-love in yourself for your own people. How about showing some loyalty? Y'all want black women to be loyal to y'all just because y'all black men. But how about showing some loyalty towards yourself and kind? How about you being loyal to yourself and kind? How about you stop ragging on your brothers and sisters for everything? How about you stop supporting these black gossip channels that all they do is gossip about black entertainers and stars and athletes and whatnot? You know what I'm saying? How about you stop supporting that? How about you stop supporting these black conservative channels that do nothing but talk about black people like a dog? You know what I'm saying? How about you do that? How about you show some loyalty towards your own self and kind first, my brother, before we ask the woman to follow our lead, because we are supposed to lead. She has no lead to follow when we all acting like a bunch of little bitches. Think about that. I'm Brother Kush, aka the Black Alpha. Let me put this thing back up here one more time. Like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon to receive notification when I drop more videos, or come back to the channel and check to see if I drop the videos. If you want to support the channel in any way, Cash App, $ the Black Alpha, Venmo at the Black Alpha, PayPal at realblackalpha@gmail.com. I'm Brother Kush, aka the Black Alpha. Salam.